Afternoon guys, so it's another Friday after work o'clock and I'm back down on Mousehole Lakes for vlog number 30. Can't believe it, vlog number 30 of the Mousehole Diaries this week guys. I'm back on Kingfisher and I'm going to be doing a swim I've not done before yet, which is swim 5. So get ready for it, but for now let's roll that intro. Alright guys, so like I said, I'm on Kingfisher swim 5, not done it before. Asked Rod some advice on spots, as I always do whenever I'm anywhere. Haven't done any investigations. I'm not doing the bait boat this week guys. I'm just going to be casting. It's no distance whatsoever, you could literally underarm cast everything here, to be fair. And I'm just going to be using some new boilies this week, which are cocoa and banana in 20mm. I've done a load of them in halves that you might have seen on a little short during the week. And I've also put quarter safe zone leaders on this week in clear, along with a fluorocarbon hook link, so I'm hoping that might help this week guys. Alright guys, so I'm just going to give you a bit of an update for Friday evening, what I'm going to do. I have put the rods out earlier, but I'm going to redo them just before, well, probably within the next hour actually, before it gets dark. So my right hand rod, which is going to be not far out, probably a rod length and a half out on my right hand side, is actually going to be a Parker Baits OG Fish Magic Bean yellow wafter in a solid PVA bag with a few of the cocoa banana chops that I've got just scattered around it. So the next is going to be, I don't know how great the zoom is on this lens if I'm honest guys, but I'll just get you a little bit closer to the island. So I'm about a foot off the island here, and that is a cocoa banana 20mm cocoa and banana boilie with some chops, and then just to the left of the island, so now we're sort of in this territory, 3/4 of the way across to my halfway point, I've got a Bait Solutions Total Nuts wafter, which is the same sort of colour as the cocoa banana boilies, which are beige, so I've just sort of gone for beige on 2 of the rods, and one of them's obviously got the yellow pop up. So that's what I'm doing for Friday night. There are some fish moving about, nothing's shown in my area, but all been pretty close to my area, so I'm hopeful. I've got to be honest, I'm pretty hopeful. I also think if I don't get anything tonight, then I'll probably end up with this channel and the Willow Tree Island right in front of me. I'll probably end up doing one fairly tight to the margin, one in the middle, and then one literally fairly tight to the island, so just cover my bases. But for tonight, I've taken some advice from Rod, as I tend to the first night, until I sort of look and see what I can find. Don't forget, this swim hasn't been on the vlog before guys. I don't remember fishing it if I'm honest, so first time for me to find out what's what. I'm not using the bait boat or the deeper. I just want to watch the water, see what signs I can see to go off, and do exactly that, which is, you know, how most of us fish. So fingers crossed for tonight guys. Hopefully if I get any I will be, oh look, I don't know if that would caught that, but one just boshed out over there. Unfortunately I haven't got the zoom lens on at the minute, otherwise I'll show you, but yeah, they're kind of boshing out over the other side, so directly opposite me, but on their half of the swim. But that, I'm not bothered by that. I've got one, you know, over towards the island. I think they'll be circling it, so we'll have to wait and see. Fingers crossed guys. Hopefully I'll give you a bit of an update later. Morning guys, so your Saturday morning update. It's about 6 o'clock. And yep, up to now I have had nil pois, no fish for me so far. Not sure how it's gone on the rest of the lake. I haven't heard any alarms go off, but with the aerators and all here I might not hear it. So yeah, I've been lying and thinking, watching the water, listening to a couple of boshes out, which is not far from where my left rod is, to be fair. The most active area is over to my left, middle of the channel, between the Willow Tree Island and the other island. And I didn't quite go quite as far as the middle. I kept it a little bit back and a little bit closer to the island, so it is more in the middle over there from what I could hear and see a few ripples last night. But I don't know what different I'm going to do today. It might be a case of changing my hook baits, maybe. Just watching the water still. But I tell you what, I was up at 4 o'clock and the sky looked amazing. I don't know if I've managed to catch any decent pictures. If I have, I'll show you them now, but I doubt I have. But the sky was amazing last night. The clearest I've seen it, the best stars all over the place. Looked amazing last night. Looked really, really good. Just had a little occurrence on the rod about half hour ago. I was still in the sleeping bag trying to stay warm, because it has started to get a bit cold now, guys. I don't have my door shut, so I definitely felt it. And maybe a little tip for you here. Somehow I've managed to forget, well, not forget, but I've left my snod in the van, which I normally just wear around my neck, and then if I'm cold I pull up over my nose. Because, you know, if you've got your head sticking out your sleeping bag and it's cold, your nose will be the one thing that goes red and you feel it. So I have spare clothes with me and all, but I didn't have the snod. So last night, got out one of my socks. I was having that over my nose. Kept my nose nice and warm. Little tip for you there, guys. You might have a spare sock that might come in handy for you at some point. So I'm going to have a coffee, watch the water a bit more, and think about what I'm going to do today. Obviously I won't be taking the rods out before 10 o'clock, guys. That's standard for me here. Bite time for me, really, I think here at Mousehole is up to about 9:30, so I tend not to bring them in before then. And then I'll have a comfort break. Also, one of the things here, guys, obviously as soon as I drove in yesterday, I noticed the car park is looking amazing. Literally from the gate when you enter Mousehole Diaries, it's all tarmacked now. There are spaces marked out. I'm going to show you some footage here, but it looks amazing. What a fantastic job they do here, guys. I mean, constantly, year in, year out, improving this place. When you think it can't get any better, it does. Amazing. Really good job, Joe and Dave. And the amount of hard work Rod always puts in here is amazing. So well done, guys. Really great team here. So, back to my fishing. What am I going to do? Well, like I said, I might change baits. I am trialling a new bait this weekend. I haven't gone heavy on the bait, because that's not really the way to go here. You know, a little bit every hour and a half, couple hours, just to try and get some activity into your swim. I think it's worthwhile, but definitely heavily baiting here tends not to work. It has worked on occasion for people, mainly Carl from Carp Basics. He's done incredibly well on it, but me, no, I've never done well on it, so I don't bother, really. I mean, there's plenty of movement and all out there. I'm just watching the water, mainly over one side, if I'm honest. But I don't know. I'm going to have a coffee, wake up, and I'll get back to you later, guys. Afternoon, guys. So, up to 10 o'clock this morning, I didn't get anything. So, I did pull the rods in, went for a comfort break, went and chatted to a few people. Had to think about what I was going to do, spoke to Rod, and Rod very kindly decided to bring his bait bucket around for me and said, okay, use these, try this. So I'm actually on going to be on Rod's bait probably for the remainder of the trip, which are essentially carp basics. So carp basics all nut, and I think there's some carp basics red lobster in another bucket as well. So I've got two of my rods on the carp basics all nut. That'd be the two outer rods, so the left and the right, and the middle is going to be on carp basics red lobster. So let's show you where they are. First off, the corner of my island, I've put it just off the tip about here, guys. That's a solid PVA bag with a single, I think it's like a 15mm carp basics all nut with probably about 6 boilies scattered around it. Nothing great. So now coming to my side of the main island, in front of me, Willow Tree Island, I've gone actually in line with the tree over here, so in line with that, I think it's a silver birch tree over there, about a foot off the halfway mark, and that one is the red lobster, again with about 6 boilies catapulted over there. Well, I've just seen some movement on the right hand rod actually, so some boilies over there, sorry, got caught up watching the right hand rod. So my last one is off towards the corner of this island, just about here, and that's actually a double all nut. So that's where they are for Saturday afternoon. Probably will have a bit of a move around later this evening as the place clears of people, and I might spread them out a bit later, guys, but fingers crossed get one this afternoon and be able to give you some footage. Alright guys, it's about 5 o'clock Saturday evening. Haven't had anything through the day, so I'm going to bring the rods in shortly because I want to take a trip back to the van and I'm going to actually get my bait boat out. So before I do any of that, I thought I'd show you what rigs I'm going to be using. So I've been making some fluorocarbon slip D's up, made them longer than what I did before I came here, so we're talking sort of 9 and 10 inches, so quite long. One's got a carp basics all nut with 2 pop-up corn because I wanted it to act like a wafter and I needed 2 rather than 1, and the other I think's a carp basics red lobster with again 2 corn on. The third in the PVA bag is a Bait Solutions Total Nuts wafter in a solid PVA bag, and I will be showing you later where they're going, guys, but I also want to show you what it's like at Mousehole currently on my side of the lake, because I've never seen it like this before. Alright guys, so I am in swim 5, which is kind of towards the middle of the lake. Obviously I've got the big willow tree in front of me, so I've got swims 6 and 7 to my right, which are actually both empty, and then I've got swims 4, 2, 3 and 1 to my left, which are also empty. So on a very rare occasion it looks like I'm the only person on this side of the lake, and I think there's 4 people over the other side of the lake, so it means there's only going to be my 3 lines on this side of the lake. So I'm going to go get the bait boat and get some spots saved. I've decided, after watching the water all day, I've gone for 3 spots that I'm happy with. I've shown you the rigs, so now it's a case of get the bait boat, save the spots, hope that I start picking up fish, and then use the bait boat with the autopilot to get them back out during the night. A couple of them are uncastable, hence why I need the bait boat. So let's get the rods in, go get the bait boat from the van, and then get them back out for the evening. Happy days. Evening guys, so 6:30 Saturday evening, rods have gone out for the final time unless I have some fish, fingers crossed on that one. So I'm going to show you where they are. You're going to have to forgive the handheld photography, guys, because I can't get the tripod over the water to show you this one. So I'm going down the margin on the right hand side on the right rod, so down here under the tip of the tree, not this first one here but a little bit further, so about here. Put that under there with the bait boat, and it's probably got about 7 boilies around it, and that's a Carp Basics red lobster topped with sweet corn. So I put it now on the tripod and show you the other spots. So my second one, which is Carp Basics walnut, is just 2 foot off the corner of this island here. And whilst I've got the camera in that position, my third rod, which again is, actually no, this time, sorry, it's Bait Solutions Total Nuts. Same sort of thing, the baits are really similar, guys. So same island, but just in the middle, and that is a bit tighter, so literally as close as I'll go with the bait boat and then dropped, but that's in a solid PVA bag. So that's it for Saturday evening, guys. I've got my fingers crossed, and as I already told you, there is nobody else either side of me on this side of the lake. So there's only 4 people on the other side of the lake, but that's 3 more lines, 3 more sets of lines than I've got on my side of the lake. So I've really got good hopes for tonight. I've seen fish on both of the last 2 spots I showed you. So this island that's in front of us now, both of the spots I've gone to, I've seen fish there today. So I'm happy days with that. The one under the tree's been recommended by Rod, so I'm happy to do that. So fingers crossed, guys, I can get something on the bank tonight and not blank. I know it's been fishing quite hard this week. The guy in peg 8 has had a couple of fish. I think one of them's like a 28 or 29 pounder, so happy days. And a couple of guys that were in pegs 2 and 3 that were meant to be here till tomorrow but left today instead. They'd been here for, I think, the best part of the week. They were due to leave tomorrow after a week's stay. They'd had 2 fish. I think you've probably seen them on Facebook. I think one was like a 33 pounder or 38 pounder, something like that. And the other was like about 17 pounder or whatever. So 2 of them fishing that swim for a week only had 2 fish. So it's not been fishing easy, but I'm confident with the bait. I'm confident with my approach. I'm confident with my locations. I cannot see any reason why I shouldn't catch tonight, guys. Fingers crossed that I can give you some more footage between now and the morning to show at least I've caught a fish. Morning, guys. So your Sunday morning update, and obviously lack of footage means I didn't catch anything during the night, which I am gutted about. I was pretty confident last night for a number of reasons. One, happy with my rig presentation and all, double checked everything, really happy. Happy with the spots, 2 spots I'd actually seen fish on during the daytime, so I was happy with them. So yeah, proper gutted at the minute, but that's fishing. Also, I would have thought with all the only other anglers on the lake are on the opposite bank, so I am actually the only person on this bank, and I thought, you know, with the lines over there and only mine over here, I would have had a really good chance. But that's fishing, isn't it, guys? So what happened during the night? So there was a number of fish boshing about, only one in my area. My right hand rod was going off repeatedly, just single bleeps, so just liners. But after about the 4th time I thought, oh, you know what, I need to check it. So checked it, brought it in, it was fine. Took off what I put on there, put a pink magic bean and wafter and put it out towards the island where I saw the fish show. So that's where they're staying until I leave. Obviously 6 o'clock now, and I'm leaving, well, I'm going to start packing up about 7:30 because I always leave about 9 o'clock on a Sunday. So I haven't got long. I was lucky enough that Rod gave me some of his pimped up bait this week, so I moved on to that instead of what I was using, which was essentially Carp Basics walnut. Smelt beautiful, looked great. You know, no reason why I shouldn't have picked up fish on it, to be fair. And also Carp Basics mixture of Ocean's Fruit and Red Lobster. Again, something that's done quite well in this lake, so no reason why I shouldn't have caught on it. Part way through, so yesterday I did go and get the bait boat because I was going underneath a tree and I was going to a couple of places where I couldn't cast to. So I've got the bait boat, set the points in. I'll show you where they are now, so A, B and C. And I was thinking, oh yeah, I'll be using it to repeat visits out. No, nothing, absolutely nothing. But one of the things I did do is simply only put the rig out in the bait boat, so no bait at all. All the baits I put out yesterday were just catapulted or thrown, hand thrown in. So I didn't put loads out, so I definitely didn't overbait. So yeah, a bit of a mystery, it's a bit of a weird one at the minute. I know it's not been fishing good, I might have said it throughout the video. I think in the time I've been here, I think there's only been 2 fish out from peg 8, which is in the corner over there. So yeah, I mean there's been people on, and I know the guys that were in 2 and 3 decided to leave early. They should have left today, they decided to leave yesterday. So yeah, I think it's just one of those weeks where it's just fishing a little bit off, a little bit weird. I'll be honest, you know, both nights I was pretty confident both nights, guys. I've got to be honest, I was like, yeah, by 10:30 I'll have a fish, I'm sure of it, and nish. So last night, same again, I was pretty confident, and yeah, it didn't happen, but that is fishing. One good thing I can say is I might blank today, very likely I'm going to blank today, but I've got a little midweek overnight session with Rod that I'm looking forward to. Albeit I'm over on Kestrel in swim 5, which I've blanked before on, so fingers crossed I won't blank this time. I've given Nick, who's going to be fishing over there, some of those Parker Baits magic beans. He's going to let me know if he does any good on them, and if so I'll have them as well, so I'll use them. So yeah, so what I'll do for now, guys, I'll say I'm going to sound off, I'm going to keep watching the water. It's always future knowledge. I've not fished this swim before, so I'm going to keep watching the water, try and gain as much information as possible, have a coffee, and then about 7:30 slowly do a pack down, and I'll do a closure just before I finish, guys. But really appreciate you watching up to now. Oh guys, God, I nearly forgot. God, I haven't done this for ages, have I? So how would you like to win one of these bad boys, guys? It's only a bit of fun, but it's my mug on a mug. So it's the mug on a mug competition. All you've got to do to win one of these bad boys is, first important point is that you actually come to Mousehole Lakes, because that's where you'd collect your prize. Second is subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this post, and then comment below on something you'd like me to cover on a future Mousehole Diaries. So there you go, guys, chance to win one of these bad boys. Hi guys, well it's gone 8 o'clock Sunday morning. I've packed down part of the stuff, but not everything. The rods are still in for now, but I'm going to get them out shortly. So I'm going to call a close to this session. Unfortunately, it has been a blank, but thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it, guys. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you do enjoy this sort of thing, please give it a like. And if you want to be notified of future posts, hit that bell icon. So I think I'm down here again in about a couple of weeks. I might do a day session somewhere next weekend. I've got to take the missus out on Sunday, so I can't do a whole weekend, so I might just do a quick session somewhere on Saturday. But guys, I really do appreciate you watching my vlogs, commenting. I get loads of comments, I reply to all of them. I really do appreciate it, guys. Don't take anything for granted. So thank you very, very much for the support. And just leaves me to say, stay safe, stay fishing. I'll see you in the next vlog.